Hello, and welcome to part 2 of day 4 of our 5-day Build a Website challenge. Today, we're going to be covering things around Google Search Console and Google Search Analytics, as well as the Yoast plugin. So we'll start off with a Google Search Console setup. And what exactly is Google Search Console? Google Search Console is simply a web service provided by Google, which allows webmasters to check indexing status and optimize visibility of their websites. So to get started, the first thing you need to do is to log in or to just start now for a new account. And you will end up with a screen that looks similar to this image here. And on the right-hand side, you will be entering your complete website URL, and then you will click on Continue. By the complete website URL, you need to make sure that you are typing in the correct HTTP, HTTPS, or HTTPS with www. After that, you will be directed to this next page, and using our Yoast plugin, this is the part that you need to save. So you'll head on over to the other verification methods and look for HTML tag. Click on the downward arrow to expand the options. Once expanded, you're going to come to another screen that looks like this, where it has a series of codes and some words. Just simply hit copy and don't hit verify yet because that's a step further down the road. So just click on copy. And now you're going to have to open another tab on your browser to get back to the back end of your WordPress website. Once there, you'll be in Dashboard. Head over to Divi. Look for Divi theme options, and then integration. And once on this page, just scroll down a little bit until you see an area that says add code to the head of your blog. This is where you're going to copy and paste that HTML tag that you just copied from the Search Console. Scroll down a bit and click on Save Changes. Once you've done that, you can now go back to your Google Search Console and click Verify. So that's all that we need at the moment for the Google Search Console. Now we head over to Google Analytics. So what is Google Analytics? Again, it's a website analytics tool, but it generates detailed statistics about your website's performance, traffic sources, audience, conversions, visitors, and many more. So to start with this, you have to create an account name. So this is just a general name, maybe the name of your business. Then next, you add a property. So again, you're going to have to type the full URL of the website you want to add. You insert the website name and the website URL, and make sure you add the precise URL again with HTTP, HTTPS, and with or without the www. Otherwise, it can't track the correct site. Now, once you've got that all set up, the next part is to connect your website to Google Analytics. So still in the Analytics page, you're going to scroll down. So on the home page, you're going to scroll down till you find this little gear, and that gear is actually for the admin section. And once you click on it, you will be directed to a page that looks similar to this, where you will find tracking info as well as your tracking code. And it's actually the code that you want to copy. Once you've got that code, we head back to the back end of your WordPress website. Back to Dashboard. This time you're going to SEO. then General, then Webmaster Tools. And here you're going to look for the section that says Google Verification Code. And that is where you copy in, or paste in that code. And of course, save changes. Next, we go over to Sitemap. And this is part of what we use with the Yoast SEO plugin. So a sitemap is a list of pages of a website within a domain, and having a sitemap just makes it so much easier for search engines to understand the structure of your site. So what you're looking for is something that looks similar to this image, and how to get that is by going to Yoast SEO. So still on dashboard, in SEO, in general, but this time we're going over to features. Once in features, you're going to scroll down the page and look for XML sitemaps. Once you find that, you click on the little question mark and it will expand to this, and you look for the first option, which is see the XML sitemap, and click on that. Once you click on that, you're going to get a page like this, except with a URL, and it's the URL that you do want to copy. Once you've copied it, we now head back to Google Search Console, because the Yoast SEO plugin combines all the individual sitemaps into a sitemap index. So all you have to do is submit that sitemap index link once, and it's automatically updated every time you add, remove, or change your content on your website. So once again, either go back to the tab for Google Search Console or sign back in. And in the sidebar, you're going to be able to select the website that you created earlier. Then click on Sitemaps, and the Sitemaps menu is under the Index section. So it's going to look something like this. So Google Search Console, this is the website I entered, and down here under Index is Sitemaps. So when I click on that, I'm going to be able to add a new sitemap, and then I'm going to click Submit, and that page is going to look like this. So up here is where you enter your URL, submit, and if it's successful, it shows up down here with a success message. So one last thing before we leave today's session is my high recommendation for doing the Yoast SEO Academy training, because you see that it's free. And you actually get a certificate at the end of the training, so you know that you've been able to understand things quite well. You'll be able to learn more in-depth things about SEO in general, aside from it just working better also for your website. So that concludes day 4. So stay tuned for day 5, where it's going to be launch day, and we'll share some tips to make sure your site is ready to go live.